baby, here I am, rubbing from my belly like waffle jelly, cause it's perfect sweat bar.
And Poncho Man, everybody! Day 5, Breakfast with Bob from Kona and Huggo's on the Rocks. My name is Bob Babbitt, brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, deboer wetsuits, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Zoot Sports, original triathlon brand, Quintana Premium Plus Sports, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, 6-time Ironman World Champion, just inducted into the Ironman Triathlon Hall of Fame. Give it up for the great Natascha Badmann.
Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Bob.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Do you feel different now that you're in the Ironman Hall of Fame?
Oh, yes. I feel like I belong to that very special group.
Very small club.
Very small club.
So you were racing Powerman Duathlon. I watched you over there winning that race. And then you got an invitation to come here. And what was the first year?
Actually, it happened because Powerman Switzerland was one of the big races on the world.
Yes, Nice, Powerman, and Ironman.
Right.
Like the big three.
And Powerman had a good prize money. So all the last champions of Hawaii came to race Powerman. And Powerman was my first long distance race. And it came up that I beat, not Michele, it was Karen Smyers.
Yes.
Karen Smyers won 95, the Ironman World Championship, came to race Zofingen, and I beat her. And so Ironman said, come over, Swiss chick, and show us if you can do the same thing here in Kona.
Now, at that point, had you been primarily, because that was a duathlon. It started with a 5K run.
10.
It was a 10K run, that's right, but it was straight up and straight down.
Exactly.
And the bike ride was how long?
150.
150K, and then...
Woo!
Exactly, and then the last run was...
Hoo hoo hoo!
But how long was it?
30.
30K, so like 18 miles after that.
Brutal.
Right, and how long would that take?
7.5.
And how many times did you win that?
3 times.
Yes, I love that. And so then you're invited here, and had you been doing a lot of swimming?
I did always swimming. I wanted to be good at swimming, but it was mostly fighting against the water. When it was my first swim experience, Tony, coach, took me to the pool and said, try to swim. I tried my very best. I swam. After 10 minutes, the lifeguard came to Tony and said, take her out of the water. She cannot drink all the water. We have other people that like to swim.
You know, it's so important to have, a lot of times, somebody to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Tony was that guy, right from the beginning, because weren't the other coaches with the Swiss Federation saying, what are you wasting your time here? She's never going to be good.
Yeah, that's true. No one believed in me, but Tony saw that there is that will. Once I start something, I want to finish it. And that's the perfect thing to do Ironman.
Exactly. And so you come over here in 96. Was that the first year?
Was my first year, yeah.
So you come over here in 96. The year before, in 95, Paula Newby-Fraser was going for her 8th Ironman and collapsed within a half mile of the finish. And then, so she ended up finishing 4th, I think. So she came back that following year, and then you had a battle with her. Now, did you know a lot of the pro triathletes, or were you different because you were in Europe? Had you not raced many of them?
You know, I hadn't raced anyone because back in Europe, I was that little Swiss dog, still gray, not white, but trying to become an athlete. I had not much international racing background because I didn't travel a lot. And back then, there was Triathlon magazine.
Right.
There was not more. In Switzerland, when we got the famous Ironman show, it took us probably January till we finally got a tape when we could see what happened at the Ironman last year. So there were no real information. There was no Facebook or Instagram or even not the internet. I looked up in the atlas where Hawaii is before I traveled here.
To try to figure out. So
yeah, can you imagine? Unbelievable these days.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you came here, a lot of times, even Mark Allen talked about getting off the plane and feeling like, oh my God, it's so hot. How can I race? I can barely walk in this. Did you love this place from the first time you got off the plane?
Oh, Bob, it was like it was yesterday. It was dark. I stepped out of the airplane and there was that warm breeze. And for me it was kind welcome. I had, from the first moment, I had that aloha. I didn't know where it came from, but it just got me and it touched me. And it made me stuck and love it till today. I think I lost a part of my soul out there. Or probably it was not I lost it, but I gave it. It was a give and a get.
Yes. And that first year, you're running with the Queen of Kona on the Queen K Highway. And I'm sure you probably went into the event not really knowing, not really thinking, I'm here to win. You're sort of here to figure out, what is this thing?
Exactly. I didn't expect anything. I just expected to have the wonderful, the best experience I can have.
And you end up getting second place, and I'm guessing you're feeling like, that's awesome.
That was awesome. There is that one picture showing me at the finish line, and for all the years, it is the perfect picture to show happiness. I'm standing there, closed eyes, and I feel like I'm so happy that I can hold the whole world. And I wanted to give that happiness away and to share it with everybody. It was incredible.
And over the years, what made you special was obviously winning 6 times, but also just the way you embraced the island, the way you smiled out there, the way you gave shakas to everybody along the way. Do you feel like you were actually energized by the island, energized by the spectators and fans?
Definitely. One year I felt it so much that I said after the race, you know, it was kind like electricity. I was plugged in and had endless power. So that always felt, that made that island so magic to me.
What I love is when athletes win in different ways. You were known for getting off the bike with a big lead and high-fiving people and winning the race from the front. Very similar.
You forgot one thing, came out of the water
Right, exactly. You came out of the water behind, rode through the field, came off the bike first, like Daniela, and then led off the bike and won the race. But in 2005, there was a new ITU Olympic silver medalist, McKeely Jones, was coming to do her first Ironman World Championship, and she had a big lead. And now you had to do something different. You had to win a different way. You had to win the race in the marathon, which you did. How fun was that to win in a different way? Because people thought of you as this legendary cyclist, good runner, not a great swimmer. But on that day, you were the best marathoner there.
Right, that is because people didn't know my history. When I got into triathlon, my strength was running. And sometime later, when Tony, who planned my success very carefully, when I was good at running, he said that now we're going to build a foundation on the bike and make you a really strong and solid cyclist. This is very important on an Ironman.
Right.
And so people forgot that I can run too. And thank goodness that day I was able to get back on my running skills. But honestly, before the race, if you would have asked me, do you run as same fast, not faster, as Mikili? I would say to you, Bob, this is impossible.
Yeah.
Mikili is the second fastest girl on the world. She is an Olympian. She won silver medal. She is an excellent runner. Look at her running style, at her performance. No chance that I can beat her. And being back after the bike for 10 minutes and catch her on the bike, I had to not think in my brain how much it would be per mile to run faster than her.
But you did. And when did you catch her?
It was out of the energy lab.
So out of the energy lab, and so you see her, she's coming out of the energy lab, you're going down into the energy, you pass each other. At that point, do you look at her and go, okay, is she looking good? Is she not looking good?
No, I didn't look at her. I was mostly focused on me,
Yes.
getting out the best that was still in me. watching the beauty of the island, trying to get the energy of the island, trying to keep my rhythm and not judging. In my whole career, I tried not to judge others. It is for me not beneficial to look if they or to judge others. That's
right.
not in life. It's not my way.
So do you look at that as your most satisfying win, or was the first one the most satisfying, or they all mean the same to you?
Oh no, we forgot one. There was not even a win. After my crash in 2007,
yes,
it took me 5 years to come back and to finish the race.
And crash was on the bike course during the race.
Yeah.
And you tried to get back on the bike and ride again, and your shoulders were both pretty messed up. And it took you 5 years of therapy to get back here, and just coming back and finishing. Did that mean as much as winning?
As much as winning. I had a pretty good race. I finished 6th overall, which was a very big gift. I had the fastest bikelet of the day, but it meant nothing. It meant compared to the feeling that I wanted to get back. I said, I want the feeling of finishing and feeling amazing again.
So when there's something about the sport that you raced as a professional until what age?
Actually, I raced till before COVID, and my last race, before they shut down everything, I stood on the podium, looked to my right and to my left, and thought, these girls could be my girls. I probably shouldn't be here anymore. And now, Bob, comes the important thing. I don't want to race pros, but I don't want to race age groupers. So where do I belong? What should we do?
That is the hardest thing. That is really the hardest thing, because you love the sport. You want to keep participating, but you don't want to take somebody's age group award.
Exactly.
McKeely and I talk about this all the time, because in San Diego, if McKeely, she's winning the race overall, but she's an age grouper. And that makes it very difficult, because the age groupers in her group, they want her there. They just don't want her taking their prize money, or her hardware from them.
Right.
And you don't want to take it.
No, why don't we make a legend group?
They should have a legends group, so that if you decide you don't want to race for any type of award, but I want to race.
Right.
I don't mind going off with the front, racing with everybody, waving, kissing babies like you always do.
Oops.
There you go. And
Smiling,
then just
encouraging,
enjoy it and still be
it.
in the sport.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
think there
reason.
are many pros who would think the same.
Absolutely.
And don't want to race age group. Imagine Jan Frodeno. Do you think he wants to race age groups?
No.
Do you think people would be happy if he does? No, definitely not.
But they would love to see him in the race.
Of course.
And there's certain pros, someone like a Mark Allen, when he won here for a 6th time, he was never going to race again, and he made that decision. He's going to still swim, bike, and run, but he didn't want to ever race again. But a lot of you guys, racing is in your blood. It's who you are.
It's really what we love, even if it's no more the same speed or time or intensity,
Right.
but just to have this atmosphere. Coming here, I was not capable to swim because I couldn't get my arm out of the water. But then when I started being here, getting in the water, I realized the first time, 10 strokes, that's pretty good. Today I made it to the buoy out here, and actually I thought I probably should ask Heather if I get an entry and do just a swim course,
Sign up tomorrow morning. Do day of race registration. Just show up with your checkbook, sign yourself up. Heather, I would like to race today. Can I do that?
Just do the swim.
I promise I didn't bring. Oh, you do have your bike. Oh, well, maybe just go ride a little bit too. So Daniela Reef, we saw her win in Challenge Roth. And she went 8:08, breaking Chrissy Wellington's course record. Chrissy Wellington was there. So Chrissy Wellington was there at the finish to greet her and congratulate her on breaking the course record and the world record. So you're here becoming an Ironman Hall of Famer, and Daniela is going for her 6th win, which would tie you. So it sort of seems pretty cool if Daniela is winning, for you to be at the finish line there to greet her would be pretty cool. And are you and Daniela, you have shared stories over the years?
We have some stories. We raced at the beginning together, but then she mainly focused on the Olympic distance.
Right. Yeah, but the two of you have really helped grow the sport in Switzerland.
Right, we both are in the Red Bull team, so that's very nice. But look at the numbers. She could be my daughter.
I love it.
We have to see that. These are facts. So it's great that Switzerland grew so much.
Yes.
Grew so much in sport. I remember having my first World Championship title. In the journal was first place Natascha Badmann, Switzerland. That was it. There was no more.
No story.
No story. It took 20 years till the journal and the media recognized the accomplishment, and so this was kind of a base that made it easier for the future of triathletes.
I love it, like Daniela Reef. How about a round of applause for the great Natascha Badmann? Poncho Man, take us out.
Ooh, baby, here I am, rubbing from my belly like waffle jelly. Stuff is with bomb.
And Poncho Man, everybody.
Ooh, thank you.